melting the lard into hot water, so the fats are absorbed into the flour. It makes the pastry really smooth and strong. Now I'm going to add this hot liquid to the flour. So initially, just get your fork in there, turn it round. I'm just getting the spoon in there at the moment, and I'm basically just trying to bring it all together into one single ball. What I'm going to try and do is just try and smooth it off a little bit. I've basically just brought it together at this stage. As it cools, it will solidify, because the lard wants to go back to being hard again. You can actually put it in the fridge and it'll instantly pretty much solidify. Do you know one of the things I miss about going is actually the camaraderie in a bakery? I miss that. I think I think bakers are slightly mad. I think it has to be to get up at that time in the morning. Now that one is about right. Pick whatever you want to use to shape the pastry. I find a glass ramekin about right, but a jam jar will do. Tell you what, I'm going to run with that one. Get this in the fridge for about 5 minutes, chill it down slightly, and then I'll be able to use it. Over here, I have my mutton. Now, I'm using mutton rather than beef. And again, this dates right back. And I don't know whether this is Scottish or English.
I think the history is that the Scotch pie originally came from England, but obviously we then took it.
Of course it does.
But we then took it and perfected it. Is what happened from there. Mutton originally, I think, was probably a cheaper meat, especially in the north of the country, and was in favour. I mean, you speak to many old customers, and they'll say to you, you know, that the best thing they remember about a Scotch pie is when they bite into it and the grease runs down their chin.
Yeah.
And you know, from lamb or mutton, you would get that more. The flavour of mutton sort of went out of favour maybe about 45, 50 years ago, and everyone preferred the taste of beef. There are still mutton pies about, but not so much.
Yeah, not quite rare. I understand that. I'm just adding a little bit of lamb gravy to this, again, just to soak it down a little bit. I've got some salt, and I've got some white pepper as well going in there. Also some mace, again, one of those old spices that have been around for many, many years, and nutmeg. The last time I added nutmeg to a pie, probably a custard tart. You know you know when you put the nutmeg just floated on the top?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm just going to mix this together. Some spices and gravy add flavour. If you want to make beef Scotch pies, it's exactly the same process, just adjust the seasonings a little bit. Then, I get some paper on the outside, some string. Can I use your finger there, Andrew?
Yeah.
Right there. Thank you. So you need 2 fully professional bakers in your kitchen, and you'll be absolutely fine. Now what I've got in there, it's giving it that tension, which is going to give it that rigidity as well. Now, the lid itself will sit right on the top of that. When you add the lid, tuck it down inside rather than on the top for that proper Scotch pie look. So at this stage, you pop this pie in the oven, again 200 degrees centigrade for about 35-40 minutes, and it'll be beautiful and golden brown. But to achieve that golden crisp on the outside, you crack an egg, a little bit of egg wash, and then brush the top of the pie like so, and that will make it shine and dance when it comes out of the oven. I've got some cool ones here. That is absolutely perfect. You can see all the juices, the fat that's poured out around the outside, but these, it's like going back to almost medieval pie making. There you have it. You've got, actually I've seen pictures which are not too dissimilar to this. There you have your good old-fashioned Scotch pie. There's something old school about the look of these pies that really adds character.